Now, we know that the Republican Party isn't doing much. They've put the do-nothing Congress to shame. I mean, we did a previous story on how much of a record they've broken and how little bills that they've passed. And the do-nothing Congress passed, like, so much more bills than this Congress. I forget if it was 4 times as much or 10 times as much, but it's a joke, man. They're doing nothing. So somebody did an analysis thinking, hey, wait, now these guys get paid a lot of money, right? So I wonder how much they're getting paid per bill, basically, that they pass, because they pass so few bills and they get paid so much. Well, it turns out they did the analysis, and for the legislative session, they're getting paid now. Here, let's take a look at this chart. $4,368 per bill. Now, that's over, to be fair, that's over 2 years, okay? And you can see that through those different Congresses, that number is going up higher and higher and higher. They're doing less and less, and hence getting paid more per bill. So now let's be fair and break it down annually. $4,368 per bill passed over the 2-year session, or $2,184 per bill per year per congressman. Now, that's no skin off their ass. I mean, they already get a lot of money, but they don't. It turns out they don't really need the money. Are you ready for this amazing fact? A January 2014 study by the Center for Responsive Politics found that for the first time, most members of Congress are millionaires. Remember, we're supposed to live in a democracy with free and fair elections, that anybody could run. Remember, like, oh, the founding fathers, they were farmers and stuff like that, and then they ran for Congress. And then we became more and more inclusive over the years. Now, a majority of our so-called representatives are millionaires. You know what percentage of the American population is considered millionaires when you take all their wealth into account? Well, actually, it's a surprisingly high 4%. Not bad, okay? But it ain't 50%. It ain't over 50%. Are these guys? No, you need to be a millionaire to get into this club. And then once you get into the club, by the way, you sit right back down and don't do a goddamn thing. Now, to be fair to the Republican Party, they say that if they capture the Senate, the majority in the Senate, then they'll have the majority in the Senate and the House. Well, then they'll spring into action. So you know what's first on their agenda? I'm not kidding. Vote to repeal Obamacare. They've already done that literally over 40 times. Oh, wow, we're going to give you, and the president's going to veto it, of course, and they know it. They're like, first order, do something useless again. Great. Now, of course, they don't want to pass any regulations because regulations might prevent their donors from, giving them, making more money and then funneling that money over to them, et cetera. You know how it works. But they say, hey, don't worry. We do have useful things in store for you guys if we win both houses of Congress. We're going to pass, you ready? You could guess it. You go ahead, watch. I'll give you a minute. Yeah, you got it. More tax cuts. And it pass more tax cuts, and I hope you're sitting for this, more oil-friendly legislation. Oh, great. That sounds terrific. I'm really looking forward to that. Wolf-pack.com. Throw all the bums out. Throw the Democrats out, too. They largely go along with these lobbyist games and the donor games and stuff. Let's get a real democracy where we're not represented just by millionaires who sit there and don't do anything because they get richer off of doing nothing.